Oh my goodness. Hello, everyone. This is very exciting. We are on day 2 of the art sampler party. Yesterday, we had a super fun hangout in the Facebook group, and I'm excited to come back and do it again today. I have my Got Fairy shirt on to celebrate the fact that it is we just completed our fairy queens from day 1. And what I keep looking at over here is the Facebook group because I want to see, why can't I get it on the right thing? I want to go see all your beautiful pieces. I was on last night and I was looking at everyone's. It was super fun. Look at all these. Should we come take a look? I'm going to share my screen in case you haven't had a chance to look at these. And hello, hello. Yes. Good morning, everyone. I see your awesome hellos coming in. It's so amazing to be here. Why do I have so many? What in the world is going on? I think I have like 85,000 presents. Share screen. Oh my goodness. Why does it have so many choices? Oh, I'm going to do this one. There's like 8 million choices. All right. Look at these gorgeous pieces. Hello, hello. Oh, from Nova Scotia. Hi, good morning. Hello, everyone. Hi, Carol and Corey and Nancy. Wonderful. And Yvette is here. Yvette, I freaking loved your email this morning. If it's okay with you, I'm assuming it's okay because I know you said you were going to post it in the Facebook group, but I'm going to share your apron or your smock because I just love it so much. And also big hugs. Big hugs to you. Oh my goodness. This is awesome. Nancy's coming in from Kentucky. Hello. Lori is here from Pennsylvania. I was born in Pennsylvania. And my son Billy was just in Philly with my husband doing a college tour. So speaking of Pennsylvania, hello from Wales. Awesome. Oklahoma. Okay, good. Oh, okay. Thank you, Yvette. I'm sharing a couple of people's works today. I asked no one for permission. I hope that's okay. And it's only because I love you so much that you even get shared out. Have a design an apron for your swag. Yes, there is one with the company that I use. I think it's super expensive. That's the only reason. I usually shy away from them if it's going to be like ridiculously expensive. Oh my gosh. Kathy is expecting a foot of snow in Canada. That is the best art time, isn't it? It finally got cold here. Thank God. I'm so annoyed at this hot winter that we're having. I know, right? Billy and Philly. I know that was my my oldest came up with that on our group chat. It's summer. Are you in Australia, Jennifer? Cuz I feel like that might be. I got people out in our backyard, which is this window faces. I'll see if you can see it. It's nope, there's another window right next to me. I can't tilt my computer. Awesome. Well, welcome from down under and thank you for joining us at whatever crazy time it is probably is right there right now. Um I was just looking at these. Look at Bryn. You're actually going to hear from Bryn coming up next week. She's going to be on. She started as a student and now she's my like number one guest teacher. Isn't that amazing? Look at Val's gorgeous fairy. And you know what my favorite thing to do is when we host these parties and everyone's working together is like there are no two that are the same. Isn't that so interesting and also super cool? I love it. Here's Tony's work. Beautiful, Tony. Oh, yep. She's a Celtic Collective member, and that's where we've done this one before. So she's showing her before and afters. I love me a before and after. And also, I have some more coming up for you today. And they're both gorgeous. And this one looks like she did like a nice nice hard outline. I'm an outliner, so I love that look. So she's tried it both ways. They're both gorgeous, Tony. Oh, Lorraine. Oh, that is just gorgeous. She definitely fully tried the watercolor wash. Amazing. Here's Mary's. That's the first face you've ever drawn. Shut the front door, Mary. That is amazing. That's amazing. Good job. I'm so impressed. Ooh, I have to say, we're just in the Facebook group, but I wonder if I should be streaming on my page. I did that yesterday. I feel like, let's see, edit. Oh, sure, we can be facing on my page. Why not? Okay. Since it's like, okay, except now I am. Why not invite more people in? And some people have troubles like getting into the Facebook group. So this way, so I am streaming on my page now, thanks, Jeanette, and in the Facebook group, but the giveaways are all picked from the Facebook group. I know, I love these so much. I know, I love, oh, from Melbourne. Okay. And if you're trying to get your names to show up, my lovely staff members can help you. My magical team members are here to help. So that seriously is amazing, Mary. So you were asking if the eyes are too big. So how to fix that? If you want to, and actually I wouldn't change a flipping thing about her because she's beautiful. Sometimes what I do is all you can do is, let me see if I can get a piece of paper, is like if you thicken up and lower that upper lash line, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. And actually, I have my favorite eyelash tool right here that I'm using. So this is a hack for making for like if your eye is too startled looking, because your circle should always be like chopped off by the eyelids, because normally the circle should be like going out. This is a terrible messy example, but say you have like this. See how the eyelid is chopping through the circle on the top and the bottom, but sometimes we still have like a startled look. Oh, I have way too much going on over here. If it's too startled look, my favorite way to fix that is I come up here and I super thicken up and I lower the space or the upper lash. And so that's like the super easy, quick way to like minimize that startled look. You can also add some more shading. I'm sorry, this is a very like ad hoc demonstration. And I'm not in my studio. Tomorrow I'll stream from my studio so you guys can hang out with me there. But you can add some shading more also at the top, and that will also minimize that look. But don't change a thing, Mary. Killed it. I can't believe that was your first face. Oh my gosh. So much fun, you guys. So did everyone have fun? I'm super excited. I know there was a lot of day one is always technical difficulties. Please reach out to us via email. Don't just blast the Facebook group with like, I can't do it. That's not the best way for us to help you. Just reply back from any of my emails and we will help you. Okay. We want to make sure you're getting access to everything. But a shout out in the Facebook group isn't effective because there's so many people posting. We don't even see it. So just please contact me directly. Mom, no, your girl looks so sad. So, you know what's so funny to like turn that frown upside down? It's sometimes it's so crazy simple that you don't even think about it. It's really all just the face. It's usually the mouth. If you can just like say again, I apologize for my serious lack of art supplies here. If you have a face that's in your mouth, look at my kindergarten drawings. If your mouth is straight or slightly downturned, she really will look super sad. Sometimes you can literally just come up so little, just extend out a line from the lips a little bit on your side. And sometimes I will literally put like just a little divot, almost like a cartoon. Remember the cartoon smiley faces when you do that on the sides? It's almost like that, but small. And on this Fairy Queen, you could even take your blending stump and blend out those little corners up a little bit. And you'd be shocked at how much it can like turn that little front upside down. So that's just a fun little easy face hack. Oh, good. Corey said it was fun and frustrating and fun. It's the best kind of frustration. That's good. Oh, good. I love this. She, Kay is an accessories queen, so she's dripping in silver. Love it. Yes, feel free to get carried away with all sorts of tiaras. Oh my gosh, who is this? 3 a.m. Oh my goodness, I can't do it. This person says Cyclops. I'm glad you're LOLing because this is just all for fun. So don't take this any of this too seriously. Good Lord. There's enough serious things in the world. And this, my friends, is not it. Oh my gosh. Jennifer is 4 a.m. there. Girl. Big hugs to you. That is impressive. Okay. Before we do the giveaway, um I saw something in the Facebook group last night when I was cruising around and looking at everyone's, and someone had posted a picture and she was like a baby beginner and she said, I'm super embarrassed. I'm not going to name names, but she was like, I'm super embarrassed because everybody's so talented and here is my fairy. And I just wanted to take a moment to address people who are here for the first time who are super beginners. You have to know, like, we love you and we are here for you to cheer you on. um it is supposed to be fun, but it also is really intimidating. There are really amazing students here in the Facebook group. There are, and I fully acknowledge that. um Oh, yay. You couldn't do people until now? Yes. You know, it's funny because in my drawing club, I actually start with faces because they're the hardest thing to do. And we like start with like very simple, almost like cartoony faces or whimsical faces. And then we like work our way up to realistic faces because um because they're the hardest things to do, and then once you do that, you can kinda, like, go anywhere, so I usually start there, but I'll ease you into it. It is frustrating, and I made a little, like, presentation for you guys. I've never done something like this before, but I wanted to, I wanted to take the time to do this because it's so easy to look at all these talented people and look at all their finished drawings and just really get like immediately intimidated, and that can cause you to give up or like not post or shy away from trying things and doing things, and I totally get it. So it's okay if you didn't finish, Donna, and you guys are welcome to post your incompleted pictures here too. And it like in progress is fine. You can be like, I'm not done yet, but here it is. So if you want to be entered into the giveaways, that is so fine. Okay. Um, okay. Oh, it's okay if you're late. You're not late. It's all good. The replays are always in the classroom. And before I do my little presentation, I do also want to apologize for the face drawing guidelines PDF was not downloadable. Teachable has changed everything for the first time in 7 years. And now I'm like making all these weird mistakes because there's like settings are now all different and changed. So I'm so sorry about that. And the seventh fairy queen lesson also wasn't there. That has all been fixed. So thank you for letting me know as soon as possible so I could fix those. I'm so embarrassed. It's like I've been doing this forever, and all of a sudden these weird like rookie mistakes are happening. I'm like, what is happening? Um okay. Yes, thank you, Jeanette. If you do have questions for me, please put them in all caps. Okay, so I'm gonna do this little mini presentation. I have a lot of thoughts swirling in around in my head, and I've never before like tried to encapsulate them in graphics before. This is like new territory. And I was like, I'm gonna do it anyways. I want to just see if it like comes across and makes any sense. So you guys are gonna be my guinea pigs. And if I haven't like practiced this, it's not something formal. It's just something that I've spent a lot of time thinking about. And for a long time, because this is what I do every single day. And I know that for a lot of people, it's super common to have thoughts in your head like, I can't do it, or you just get down on yourself. So, all right. Oh, I just have to. This is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. Yeah, so Bryn, you guys are going to see her work in a second. And like I said, she's one of the guest teachers at Awesome Art School. She's amazing. So I'm going to show her before and after today in this. I keep using the word presentation that's freaking myself out. It's just like I just want to share some ideas and thoughts with you. But most importantly, I'm trying to connect with my people that are lurkers in the group who are like super scared. They might be scared to start. They might be feeling intimidated. Um, it's it can be super intimidating, and I totally get it. And I also have to set the record straight on my own journey, because I think people make a lot of assumptions about my abilities and where they came from. And I'm trying to just let you know that your assumptions are probably wrong. And I want to actually show you why. And yeah, Corey, just before I begin, I wish you had saved your first faces too. She said she was too embarrassed and ripped them out of her journal. Yeah, I think it's actually really important to do that. I mean, obviously you don't have to, but I think it's pretty cool. I actually have my first face drawing in an actual journal to show you as well, which is why I wanted to show you. I'm actually feeling really self-conscious. So I'm going to shut my door so my family, because it's Saturday, as everyone's home. Like, I don't really want them like listening. Okay, I'm going to shut my door. Okay, I'm nervous. I've never done this before, and I haven't rehearsed, so I don't know. My slides might be out of order. This is this is very fancy for me. This one. Okay. So, first of all, there's only one big takeaway you need to take away from this ridiculous thing I'm going to show you right now, which is that, like, you have to know, trust me, and I know from personal experience, and I'm going to show you that right now, that really, truly, 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 anyone can become an awesome artist. Like, period. But those are just words, right? It's like it's different when you like feel it and you can see it. So I'm going to show you some things so you can actually maybe even believe it. But it really true. It really, really is true that anyone can become an awesome artist. And I love your positive comments in the chat. It's really great. Oh, good. See, had Jennifer's face and she's thrilled. Good. That's good. But not all people are like, excited. Some people get really down on themselves and are really hard on themselves. And yes, attitude is a big piece of the puzzle, and we're going to talk about that as well. Oh, okay, good. Okay, love this presentation. This is only slide one. All right, we're done. That's it. Everyone can be done, and I'm done. No, that really is true. I've never even used this feature. I've never. All right. Well, we'll just wish me luck. Here we goes. All right. So the most fun part about this was making stock images of myself. I'm not gonna lie. If you notice, I literally did this yesterday. This was me, and I took these right after our live together. So this is, I threw this together. All right, because I know this to be true. So who here feels intimidated looking at people's artworks? I do. Every time I see Darlene Hannah's work, I'm like, oh my God, she is so good. So I still feel this way. All right, so there's definitely so yes, I'm getting some yes yous. I do in the chat. I know. I think it's really. I think it's super duper. Me. I know. How do you not be like your own? If you don't feel a little bit intimidated sometimes, I'm not even sure that you're human. But I'm glad, because it means you're feeling very confident, which is a good thing. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so a lot of people are saying yes, yes, I do. I know, right? Okay, we're not done though. All right, where are my late bloomers? All right, who here is just starting out and is like in their 50s or 60s or 70s or 80s? Where are my right here, right here. I know. I'm not afraid to look like a super dork. I'm really not afraid. Yay. Look at all these late bloomers. 60s, 55, 58. Yo, I love it. I love it. 67. Yes. And the reason I'm asking this question is because I want you guys to look at the chat and realize you are not alone. Like, that's why I'm asking this. And I know you're not alone, but maybe you don't know you're not alone. So yeah, 72, 64, 62. Yeah, and I didn't 69, yikes. And yes, thank you. I know, right? Oh, I'm freezing. I wish I had I need to grab a sweatshirt. Hold on. Where are my sweatshirts? Okay, sorry, I can't focus. I'm too cold. I have my awesome art school. It's all good. Hoodie. Oh, yes. It's actually cold. I haven't been cold in like a week. So excited. All right, look at all these. Look at all these. 56, 61, 48. You're like a baby. I'm 47. Um because I think almost all members, most of our members are see these ages, so you're not alone. That was my whole purpose for this, was to really show you guys. There you go. I am 47. I'll be 40. When am I turning 47? In April? I don't even know. Who even cares, really? Okay. So who feels like they might be too old, not to do a good job, but is anyone feeling like, does anyone have feels about that? Because I know when I was starting, I was like kind of embarrassed. So I didn't start doing anything till I was really in my 30s, and I was kind of embarrassed. Like I wasn't like, I spend my days drawing. Like I didn't really even want anybody to know. It was so random and weird to like do art because I'd never done any art before. So okay, good. I'm glad. I know. I definitely agree that you're never too old to learn something new. Oh, okay. Good. I'm glad. But if there's anyone who's sitting here there's a lot of lurkers who are not going to be typing in the chat who are like, yeah, I feel silly for being here. So again, I want you to know that you're not alone. Um, Okay, good. Yeah. Oh, so I love this so much right here. Yes. Who knew I could draw? I wish I had started sooner. Yes. Right? I know. And also, I hope this encourages people who have been like thinking about starting that haven't, to actually encourage them to go ahead and dive in. Right? Because I'm with you guys. I'm like, oh my God. And I've said that all the time, especially to my kids. Like, I wish I had known that art, because my kids are like college age and going off to college. And I'm like, I wish I had known my passion for art when I was their age, because I would have started, but I didn't do anything. We'll get into that in a second. Okay, I just this cat came up in my my copyright free images for raising hand, and I'm like, yes. And then who thinks it might just like take a long time to get there? Maybe you're like, yeah, I'm 80, I'm just starting, I got this. But in the back of your head, you're like, oh God, though, how long is this going to take? Like, how many bad drawings do I have to do before I actually get a good one? Because that's another thing that I hear. And I really should have worked hard to make my hair look better before I put these up here. Because I think that also is a thing where you're like, oof, this is going to maybe like probably, yeah, this one said, yep, probably a long time. So, and then the last one, look at this poor lady. Like, is she not done or what? She's like, this is just too hard. Has anyone ever felt like that? I'm sure there is at least one person who's like, oh my God, maybe they tried the fairy face yesterday and they're like, this is too advanced. Like, I don't know. I'm out of here. Because I just want to make sure I am reaching everyone who's having any of these thoughts, because I'm hoping this will help, like, put you into a positive mindset so that you can go forward and just maybe turn that your own frown upside down. Okay. And oh, you do. Okay. So thank you for being honest and open. You don't even have to say anything. You could just sit there. So I appreciate that, Dina. And that is yeah, it is hard. It can be hard, right? Oh, Valerie, Valerie, you do such great work. Don't say that. Oh no. Okay. Well, don't I'm sorry that you're feeling this way, but I really hope that what I'm about to share with you will help you realize that you really can do it. All right. So those are the things I wanted to kind of address. So you are not alone, and that is super normal. So w- I so I when I started wrapping my head around like what what I think that I'm an awesome artist. Like, how did I get here? I kind of had to start with like when I was like little, or like just in general, like according to like society's standards, right? Because there's this like this preconceived notion about like what makes an awesome artist awesome. I think like universally people are like, well, the greats, like if you think of any like Picasso and Monet and Van Gogh, like what comes to my mind, and maybe you think differently, is but like I always just assume that people are born with their talent, right? Like these all these professional artists who are the greats, like they're born with it. That's what I used to think anyways. I really, really thought that. Did you guys used to think so too? I definitely thought so. I also, when I think of like what is, the people that are the most accomplished and professional and all the greats are like, they have this like all encompassing like passion, and like it's their life, and like that's all they talk about and that's all they do. And they like a lot of them don't have families or children because they're like so uni focused, and that doesn't matter or not matter, whatever. Just like an observation. And that's like in my head when I think about like a big great professional artist is like that's just their life. They eat, sleep, and drink art, and that's all they do. um and no, this is just me again, but like um I just have this perception in my head of like a lot of times I'll go to a museum and I'll be like, personally, like I don't understand why that's good, but clearly everyone else does, or they wouldn't be in this museum. Like there's something about them, right? And I don't understand like any of it, but they're here, so they must be amazing. And like other people all say that they're amazing, and so that's why they're here. So those are really like the three ingredients in my head that like, okay, that must be what you need to do and be to be an amazing artist. Okay, so here's our recap. I think that you have to be born with talent. You have to have just all encompassing passion, and all the time, just being in your craft and perfecting it and throwing paint around and doing all these things. And you have to be like wowing the socks off of anyone in order for you to fall into the awesome artist category. Okay. So this was my thought process. I was like, to be like a full on awesome artist, you had to have 100% passion, and you had to be born with 100% talent. Boom. It's as simple as that. And then here is just, I don't know. I got really carried away with graphics, as you can see, but always creating. In my head, this is what I'm picturing with people. Like when I think of Frida, Kahlo and Georgia O'Keeffe and all these artists, I was like, they're drawing and creating like out of the womb, and they're like, it's just this all encompassing thing. Again, this is sort of like the recipe in my head that I always imagined. And then I think sometimes, especially if you're new, I'm wondering, like, God, I wonder if people make assumptions about me like that. Because I have all these books that I've published, and I've been featured in all these magazines, and I have all these YouTube channels, and I run Awesome Art School. Like, are they thinking of that about me? That like I was born with talent and I have all this time to devote to my craft, and like I'm making this stuff that other people, is that like a thing? I don't even know. But I just literally, you have to know, and I'm going to show you in 1 second, that I was not born with any talent. Okay. And here, why is that? Well, I guess I'll show you my art in 2 seconds. But like, my background is I didn't take art in high school. I didn't take art in college. I had absolute zero interest. I actually wanted to be an anthropologist, and I studied primates in college. And I spent a summer in Africa. It was like one of the turning points of my life. And I studied with Harvard I studied paleoanthropology in Kenya. Um, and I say these words before, but I haven't ever like shown pictures too, to like really like make you understand that did not grow up an artist. I was not a doodler in class. Like that pencil I'm holding never drew anything. Okay. That was just, I literally wanted to like be on safari and be in Africa and study monkeys. Okay. Like for reals. Um, This is my honors thesis. This is one, this was literally, I still have it. I took this picture yesterday. I went up to my attic and I found it. Okay. My honors thesis was on the behavioral analysis of sociosexual behaviors in bonobos. I'm not joking. I did not want to be an artist. It was not on my radar anywhere ever, 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 ever. I wanted to be Jane Goodall. I met her in college. It was like the most amazing moment of my life. This was my brain growing up. Okay. I didn't want to be an artist whatsoever. And I just like, I know people make assumptions about me, and I'm just here to tell you that they are not true. All right. So these are my actual drawings. This is from, I've shared this in the Facebook group. This is literally from my art journal. This is from my journal that I kept while I was in Africa. I said, and you can see my writing, my note to myself is, just in case I actually save this journal, so when I'm ancient, I can remember the day I returned from my first trip to Africa. Okay. So in the Facebook group, I'm like, don't you think if I could draw at that moment, and I was creating this page so I would never forget, don't you think if I could draw better, I would have? Like, I feel like, you know, you hear what I'm saying? Okay. And I asked my mom when I was trying to like come up with the percentageness of talent that I was born with, and she agreed. I was like, I feel like it's 10%. Like I feel like I've always had like a creative bone, but like maybe 10%. She was like, yeah, that's about that's about right. So this is my first face. I actually see this. I have to stop this. Oh, I won't. But this is the journal that this face is drawn in. I'll show you afterwards, but I still have it. This is not made up. This is real. And then look at her face. Look at this amazing, like, what the hell? What the hell is that? Okay. So this is where we're coming from. Um, I'm glad. Yes, you're very welcome. I'm happy. But this is why, like, I think people just, you look at people who are good at what they do and you just like you assume, like, oh, already, okay, if they're an awesome artist today, they were born with talent, right? They clearly like have spent their lives devoted to this and all the things. I'm literally living proof. Like, at least for me, nope, not at all. Okay. So that you can see in firsthand that I was not born with any talent. So, as far as like your life's passion and your time, um, this is actually what I've been doing for the last almost 20 years. Has it been like perfecting my craft? No, I'm a mom. Okay. So I had 3 kids in 4 years, and my life was a living hell. My favorite part about this picture is my husband back here. And this picture I originally posted in February 22nd. Oh my God, that's so weird. That was almost exactly, however, to the date that however many years ago this was. That was my husband. And this is my actual sister commenting here on the original post 12 years ago. Is that Sean in the background rubbing his temples? I think he was going like this, like, oh God. She was like, because that's how I always feel. So she had 3 kids, also around the same age at the same time. So I was cracking up. But like, this is actually what I was doing. This is what I was doing. I wasn't like making masterpieces. I wasn't like spending all day in my studio honing my skills. Like I was drowning. I was drowning in diapers. I was like a nap Nazi. Like I wouldn't go anywhere. My kids went to bed at 6:00 forever. Okay, there was screaming. I mean, it was a lot. It was a lot happening. Look, I mean, Billy is passed out with a basket on his head. Like it was mayhem all the time. Okay. No, I know why wine is important. Oh, I know. So this is what I was doing. Okay. And however, I do have to say, this is actually a very recent picture. I'm still doing it. Okay. I'm still down in laundry. I'm still like do the dishes and drowning in things every single night. Billy comes home every single day and takes off his shoes and dumps his socks in the middle of the doorway, like every single day. And his feet are size 15. So his shoes are like this big, clogging up the doorway. Like this doesn't stop. But I do have to say that my journey did start because of this. Like this is where my journey does just barely starts. Okay. So this is mid 2000s. And I start creating for the first time for me to escape all of this. Like I was drowning in diapers. My kids were screaming. Like, oh my God. And so when I had that sacred like 20 minutes during when they all magically maybe fell asleep at the same time, one time a week, I discovered that like painting, like, holy cow, it was such the best stress relief in the entire world. Okay, so that was like my first wake up call. Like, oh, what is this now? What is this magical? So, yes, wine is great, but I'm not about to drink wine at 2 p.m. But you know what I can do at 2 p.m.? I can like slap some paint on a canvas. And that was the first time, like, I did it because of this. I wasn't getting creative because I wanted to make anything. I got creative because I was dying and I was drowning, to be perfectly honest. Also, at this time, right before the birth of Max, my little Maxidoodle right here, we moved 700 miles away from our family. So we had absolutely no support system. That's kind of important to know too. So I was really struggling as a young mom. I was drowning, and art like saved my ass, basically saved my mental state. But it just feels so random that I would be like painting in the middle of the day, especially because I had so much laundry to do, right? Somebody had like a diaper blowout and I had to go like, clean the stupid sheets for the 80th time. And like, all of you who are moms know. And if you're not a mom, you might also connect with this story with like, if you're a caretaker for a spouse or a loved one or a parent, and like that same sense of like caretaking or responsibilities is heavy. It's a heavy one. Or your job is really taxing. Like a vet who I'm going to share with you her work in a minute. She's a nurse. And like I know for her, because I've interviewed her before, like she does nursing is super stressful. And so art is such a great stress reliever for so many people. So I started art as a means of survival, not because I gave a shit about becoming an awesome artist. Okay. Just to be clear, that was not my goal. So, okay. So just to kind of reiterate, yes, it really was a matter of survival. And that still is my motivation for working so hard today. It's because the soul fulfillment that I receive from just being in the throes of creation is amazing. And that's why I keep doing it. And it's also like, it's not over, guys. Like this is Billy Bear. Maggie's 70-pound dog. He's a giant. He's been looking at colleges, but like we were just driving the other day. We got in a car accident together. Like he was driving. He still doesn't have his license. He actually goes for his test next week. Like this kind of stuff, we're in the weeds still. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate. So it's like kind of like no matter where you are in your life, like there's always some sort of stress. This is sort of my current stress. This picture I took last week. These are current. This is what's happening right now. My oldest is in Vermont in college. And like, there's still a lot. There's still a lot of drama and there's still a lot of reasons why I need to create. And it's not to like make money selling my pictures. It's so that I can like take a deep breath and feel great and have a good day. So hopefully those quick slides show you that I was not born with talent. I had zero desire to be an artist. I had no time. I didn't have any passion. And I don't think I was making anything that anyone thought was cool. I was just making stuff so that I like felt better because it made me feel good. It was like a drug and it was like a virtual glass of wine I could have at 2 p.m. So yeah. So this is related to the like making stuff others think is cool. And so this is basically like just an example of like I still don't understand the art world, to be perfectly transparent, because I don't have an education in art or art history. Like I go to museums and I'm like I don't know what any of this means. Like I am so far removed from the actual art world because I don't care about it really. I just want to make awesome stuff, and because it makes me feel good on the inside, and I don't know what this means and I honestly don't really care. I also don't sell my art, and that's why I don't. People are like, how come you not sell your art? I'm like, because that's not why I do it. I do it because it just makes me feel good, and I'm just gonna only make things that make my heart happy. I do not care about the money. I could sell everything. I have freaking thousands of hoarded things, and I just not why I do it. And so that's why Yeah. So this was my old view, which we started with, right? Which is that, like, to be an awesome artist or professional artist, you have to have like this like time consuming passion and you have to be born with all of this talent. Okay. But like, I'm thinking here now and I'm like, okay, I have published all these books. Like, I have this amazing art school that I love. Like, maybe I'm an awesome artist, but like, there must be another way to get there because I'm there and it wasn't through the ways I thought you had to get there. So, like, let's unpack maybe that. Like, if it's not passion and time, what is this? And if it's not talent, then like, what is that? Because I feel like I am in that category, but like, what did I do to get there? And also, the bottom line is if I can do it, you can do it too. So, to recap, I don't do any of these things. And this is what I kindly figured out. Okay. So, I think it's okay if you want to become an awesome artist, if you can replace passion with just sheer like joy, just loving what you're doing, I think that's enough. And I think if you're not born with talent, guess what, guys? I think you can just learn the skills to that will equate to so you know what to do and you can make awesome art. And I think that that's okay. I think this is enough, which means like anybody can do it. Anybody can have joy when they're creating, right? And anyone can learn the skills that they need to become an awesome artist. So this is my point of the presentation. Like if I can do it, anyone can do it truly. Okay? So here's just me being a dork and loving graphics. You can have your joy. You're replacing your joy with the passion and you're replacing talent with skills. We can do that. It's like swimming. It seems crazy hard, but you can learn the skills and you can swim. It's like anything. Okay, so here is like in my head, like where I kind of started with. We already talked about 10% skills. I really do think that like that was my starting off point. What does that mean? Well, that means I have a lot, I have 90%. I got a lot of skills that I have to learn. This was me back in 2004. And I would say that I was probably at like the 70% joy mark because I think there was what was keeping me from like filling my joy bucket from the get-go was things like self-doubt and fears, insecurities, the negative self-talk. And a lot of you might, I know so many people, and don't even lie to yourself when you're like, I never talk negatively to myself. People post every single day, like, her eyes are too big. She's okay. Or like, oh, I wish that this had worked out, whatever. And like, there's so much negative self-talk. It's bananas. And people don't even realize that they're doing it, but it happens all the time. I see it. And so that keeps your joy bucket from getting filled up, guys. So, and also it's hard to be like truly so excited when you don't think your work is very good. It's also hard to like get that all the way up filled. And then skills again, like 90%, like I have a long way to go. Okay. But okay, my bucket's kind of it's filled up with something. Right? It's a start. But that joy is like it's half the equation. So the things that I had to do to fill up my joy bucket to get to 100%, and I do have like this is the hardest for I feel like caretakers and moms or people that have like full-time careers. It's really hard to like find the time. So remember we had like passion and time. So that when I was young, it was like it became like imperative to like give myself permission. I used to say like I have to like fight tooth and nail for like my me time and have to because I don't have any time and I'm dealing with kids all day to like fight for that time. And the reason it's worth fighting for is so you can fill up your joy bucket because that is what makes you feel so good is when you're like in the throes of creation. It feels amazing. And your only way you're going to get better is if you do it more. So it's important to really work on keeping your joy bucket filled and your attitude becomes really important here too. We'll talk about that in a second. And then so to fill up my skills bucket, you know, I had to take classes and I had to practice like a lot. So I used to go to take in-person classes wherever I could. So when my kids were little, like I would make it a prayer. I'd be like, Sean, is it okay if I'm gone every Thursday night? And he'd be like, what are you doing? I'll be like, drawing. He's like, what the hell? Like, I'm exhausted. There's a family, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, please, please, I just want to do this like one thing. And he'd be like, okay, I can see how happy it makes you. You can go do it. I actually just signed up for an in-person painting class in my hometown, which starts on Wednesday. It's all the Wednesdays in March. I'm still filling my skills bucket up. Okay. And I'm so passionate about learning at all ages. And I hope to spread that passion onto you guys. So these are the two things that I personally had to do to like fill my buckets. And that's also why I put joy in the self-care category, because that is all that mental, emotional stuff. All right. So I touched on this yesterday in my live about farts. Okay. So we already know the normal person's route to becoming an awesome artist could be joy and skills instead of passion and talent. Okay. And so this is why this is literally the equation and the acronym for which I teach by at my art school, Awesome Art School. Okay. We have a huge emphasis. We have an equal emphasis on fun and attitude as we do on repetition and techniques. Being that when you add these together, you can become an awesome artist and you have success. Okay. This is why I have it printed on hoodies. Okay. And this is why we love farts in this community, because this is really what we're talking about. And it's super fun because I have this printed on hoodies and, funny things in all places. But when you actually lay it out with the recipe, like I just did, I hope it like really like brings this home. But like you literally, like, this is a new recipe for becoming an awesome artist that anybody can do. And we have resources in the school for keeping up the fun and attitude. I have like a creed that's listed in everyone's workbooks for them. I have like a 5-page PDF on like Bob Ross and Karen Campbell sayings to like help you like get past your fears of the blank page, because there's so much negative stuff that can sneak in here. So we do have to actively like work against that negativity. That's why I do not allow any negative talk in the Facebook group. If someone makes a snide comment, you're out. Why? Because we have enough work to do here with our own self-negative talk. We don't need anybody else for sure coming in with their negative talk. They're out of here. I have no patience for it. But then, the more fun you're having, the more likely you're going to do things again. So you get that repetition. And then, I do actually, now having done it for so long, I actually have invented my own techniques. So like, we're not like, I am the least stuffiest art teacher on the planet because I wasn't taught by a real artist. I have no idea. Everything I learned, I taught myself or like picked up from classes and art books. So I don't know the right words to say it, but we're like mooshing with our pencil. We're mooshing. And I'm pretty sure you know exactly what I mean. So who cares if I'm not saying the right word? When you add up all of these, you have success. And this is a super valid way to becoming an awesome artist, which is why I know that if I can do it, you absolutely can too. Okay? Boom. There we go. This is me. This was me not being an artist my whole life. This was my first attempt. And this is literally your lesson from yesterday. Okay? So I hope that's a great example of and proof for you. Now I want to talk about people other than myself because they're everywhere. Okay. And so this isn't about me. This whole presentation is actually about you guys. That was just an example. My story is just the story I know the best, but there are other stories of people in the community that are amazing and that are equally cool as mine. If maybe you don't think mine is cool, in which case that are cool on their own and has nothing to do with me. Like I said, this has nothing to do with me. Sandy Reed, she's moderator because she's the biggest cheerleader in this Facebook group. She has been a Fun Fab Drawing Club student since I think she joined in 2020. Look, I mean, it speaks for itself. Hello. That's bananas. That is bananas right there. So Sandy, forgive me if I'm wrong or correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Sandy's in her 60s. Is that right? She's starting out. You guys, this is freaking amazing. That is her. Look at her hands picture. Like, that is amazing. I can't even with that. And that's just from me talking about mooshing your graphite. Okay. So if Sandy can do it, why can't you do it? You can do it. Okay. This is Bryn. We were talking about Bryn earlier. Again, you're going to meet her. She's going to come on. She teaches now. Look at her face. Was Bryn born an artist? Sorry, no offense, Bryn. Bryn is my age. So she's 46, I think, too. I mean, that is a lovely drawing. I'm not coming down on her old drawing, but compared to her new drawing, That is like night and day, right? So crazy. Yes, and I see all the lovely words coming for Sandy. Sandy is the freaking best. I concur. I could not. She's like a gigantic beating love heart in the Facebook group every single day. She's huge. Yeah, and Bryn is super wonderful too, but you can see like this is Bryn following the recipe. She's taken every art class. And the reason Bryn, she also was a member of the Fun Fab Drawing Club and now teaches in the Fun Fab Drawing Club. You know why Bryn is such a good artist? She does all the lessons. That's why. It's really not rocket science. You just follow the lessons and you get good and you do them all and you get better. This is another awesome story. This is Karina Aguilera. She actually now, she was also in the Fun Fab Drawing Club. She has taken my hamburger method that I teach in the Mixed Media Society and she teaches it in Spanish in Argentina. So she's an online teacher now as well. She has completely taken off with the hamburger system. She's like honed it. She can't get the same supplies because she's in Argentina. So she's like discovered the alternatives that all herself and her students can get a hold of. And that's what she teaches now. And she has an awesome, huge YouTube channel. I'm like she's amazing. And so I'm so happy to share her story with you guys too. So, and look at her before face. Look, she has her guidelines in there. Her actual guideline isn't even right because the eye line should be down, should be halfway, and this one's not even halfway. And look at her gorgeous picture now. I mean, stop it right now. She's amazing. So these are so cool. All right, Christy doesn't actually know that I added these slides. I actually didn't ask her permission, but I need to brag about her for a second too. So Christy is in the Celtic Collective, but she has been I have one of her books right now. Look at her. She has been publishing this series of beautiful, gorgeous books of watercolor. They're absolutely stunning. So I had to brag for a minute about Christy. Also because in our Facebook group, there isn't self-promotion. So she's not allowed to put links to her books, but I'm going to tell everyone you should go check out her books on Amazon. So she's using a lot of the techniques that she's learning in the Celtic Collective to publish her books, which I think is freaking amazing. And just to be clear, like the Awesome Art School are your biggest fans and cheerleaders. Okay. So we love it when people have success. Like I live, this is like the reason I get out of bed in the morning. Okay. So like, this is amazing. So I just want to show you like, yeah, it's just freaking amazing. And go Christy. This was Yvette who she just emailed me this morning. I had to throw these in here because I know Yvette well. We've spoken before. She comes to a lot of our Zoom calls. So we have Zooms with all of our clubs. We have weekly Zooms. So I've talked to her many times, sort of quote unquote face to face, but I know she has a very stressful job and she's a nurse. So she does art for all the feel good reasons like I do it. Right? It's not about the money. She's not making anything, but look at this freaking phenomenal project. So this project is one of mine for taking my fun quiz. At the end of the week, I'll drop you the link so everyone can kind of enjoy that one. But everyone, I don't want to like burden with you with more emails and more things to do. So we'll do that as like an ending prize. You guys can, I'll send you home with a link to that. But she did it. Normally I do that project on a palette and she did it on this smock. So she made herself this art smock. So this is like the best example I could think of. Where you're like learning for you're doing the projects just for stress relief and just to like have an awesome day and to be creative and to get rid of some of that, negative energy because art makes us feel so damn good inside. So whatever your reasons are for creating, whether it's to publish a book, whether it's to, sell something in a gallery or something, or whether it's just to having a better day than you were having yesterday, like this is all those reasons are reasons that you can do it. And I had to end with Darlene because she's a phenomenal artist and she doesn't need any lessons from me. Clearly. Every time she does a project, she knocks my socks off like every single time. Okay. So Darlene I love first of all, she's like a dear. She's the nicest human on the planet and so supportive of everyone else. But she's the perfect example. There's a lot of people, I get a lot of slack from professional artists who are very hoity-toity about their skills, and maybe they know that I wasn't born with skills, who knows, but some real artists are real jerks. And they're like, I don't need art lessons. Like, I'm better than you and I'm holier than thou. And I always think of Darlene because I'm like, you know what? Like, just because I have lessons doesn't mean that you need something from me. It doesn't suggest that you're not a good artist. You can follow a lesson to simply have a great day. Like, Darlene does all of my lessons. She doesn't need to do a single one. She has 100, her skills bucket is full. Her talent bucket, she was probably born with talent for sure. She's doing them because she just enjoys it. Okay. And she puts her own spin on things. And so I get so frustrated with these people with their big attitudes because I'm like, it's not about that. Like, I'm not about that. Like, she's just, you can just be a part of the community and, always put your own awesome spin on it. And we love awesome artists who are already spectacular artists as much as we love cheering on our baby beginners who are scared and who are just starting out. Okay. So we don't care where you are in your art ladder rung, which I love, by the way, that the metaphor of how we're all on our own rung of a ladder. And, so whatever, if you're on the top of your field or the bottom rung, just starting out, like, we love it because your reason for creating can be any one of these. It can be having stress relief and escape. That's my number one. Number two, it could be just because you want to be a member of the community, like Darlene, who just like loves contributing and doing the lessons and being a member. And like, maybe I'm all wrong about her. Darlene, please tell me if I'm wrong. But I mean, I feel like that's why she's here, like, she doesn't need me, but she still hangs out with me because she likes it. And I love that. You might be creating just for pure joy, right? It's just soul fulfilling for so many people. There's a lot of people who just have this like burning desire to make something from nothing with their hands. And so just having the prompts of the projects is perfect for them because it just gets them going and started or whatever. And some people don't even watch the videos and they just use the reference as the prompt or my final as the prompt. And that's amazing too. Some people like Christy and myself like to do all this art and we enjoy publishing things. I love doing art, but I love creating books out of nothing. I think that's because I'm obsessed with art books. So I love collecting them, but I also love creating them. So that's like a love that I have. And maybe you're looking to make art to sell and like, that's fantastic. And that's awesome. And if you're learning and becoming an awesome artist and that's your end goal, then that's something that you can do as well. But like literally my big takeaway from this whole thing is that, especially for my people that might be thinking that they're too old or thinking or feeling awkward about why they're even here, or they're insecure about their talents, or they're intimidated by the other people's posts in the Facebook group, or having any of those thoughts, I just wanted to show you using myself as an example that like, if I can become an awesome artist, I really want you to like believe that you also can become an awesome artist too. Does that make sense? So, and then like, if anyone is new, there's so many of my current people are here right now, but if anyone is new, we just, all of us from one community, from my community to you as an individual, we would love for you to stay with us after the party is over because we live for this stuff and we eat, sleep, and breathe this amazing community. It's just freaking awesome. So that was my dorky little presentation. Yeah, I hope that was helpful to someone who was not maybe feeling great about themselves. I forgot all about the giveaways. Look at this, Sonia. Oh my God, Sonia, you're amazing, girlfriends. You post all the time. So I can attest. That is a very, very true statement. Okay, let's have some giveaways. And then, well, first of all, oh, good. Okay, I'm glad. Thank you for that. I'm glad it wasn't dorky. I had to do it. I had to throw it together. It was like on my mind. And as soon as I saw that post yesterday, who was like, I am so embarrassed. I want to be like, no, don't be embarrassed. Like, we love you. Oh, love it. Oh, good. I'm so glad that that was inspiring. And I think too, it's helpful to have the pic. You should have seen me up in my attic yesterday, like digging out my Africa pictures. Cause I'm like, I definitely talk about it a lot. I'll be like, oh, I wanted to be like a zookeeper. And people are like, oh, ha, ha. And, but like, unless you see my picture in Africa, I don't think it like really hits home. Like, oh shit, she wasn't kidding. She really was. I'm like, no, I'm that is for real. I actually just oh my god, it's on my desk. I forgot. I thought it was downstairs. I actually just bought a monkey poster. Actually, I didn't just buy it. I bought it. I was on a tour. I did the Asheville App State tour with my son Billy because he's touring colleges, and I found this poster, this monkey poster in one of the really funky shops like in downtown Boone in North Carolina. And I was like, I'm buying that. And my son was like, oh, Jesus, mom, you and your weird like love of monkeys. And I was like, shut up. I love monkeys so much. So I just bought, I bought a monkey poster and I want to hang it up because it's like where I came from. Just love some monkeys. I know we do need to have some monkey art. Oh, actually, I do have a baby orangutan drawing that I'm obsessed with in the drawing club. Okay, let's switch gears. And have a giveaway. And then I'll go back. I missed all of your comments because I was yapping. So while I announce the giveaway winners, you guys can, if you have any art questions for me, please fire away. Margot is the one who chose the winners today at random. So Margot is one of my magical team members who there are lots of in this community, but Margot is amazing. And she was helping out with me this morning with emails, as was Tara, as was Jeanette. And the two winners, and you guys can pick anything from my Etsy shop or any of my books on Amazon. I think there's 35, which if you include all the journals, which is bananas. Terry McDonald and Karen Fletcher are the winners. So I'm gonna write that in the chat. And Karen Fletcher. So congratulations. I can't just do one. I feel like one winner is so lonely. And I feel like tomorrow I'm gonna pick maybe 3. Right? Just more the merrier, really. So congratulations, Terry McDonald and Karen Fletcher. The links to my Etsy shop are kind of, I put them in the email this morning. They're in the lesson for today, which are the fashion sketches, the 1960s fashion sketches. But if you want to go shopping through the shop, I also gave you a 20% off coupon for anybody who wants anything. Oh, and I thought what I might do too is just share with you my top recommendations for books because I have so many that it kind of can be a little overwhelming. So I thought I'm just going to grab the top 3. I forgot. Was going to do this and then I forgot to do it. So hold on 1 second. Thank my magazine. Are you the hero? Are you the best hero? You are? Ooh. All right. So I'm just mentioning this. The lessons are all delivered via email. That is where they are. So just make sure you're getting my emails. Karen@awesomeartschool.com is what you want to be searching for. Everything is communicated via email. And if you haven't signed up yet, and club members, you guys have your own special link because all my club members get pretty much everything for free. Here is the link that is still 75% off until I think you still have 2 more days, but then we'll be kind of done. So now earlier is better. So these are my top recommendations for books. If you're picking these out, if you're a giveaway winner, If you're looking to draw better, I would highly recommend this one. I have a lot of drawing books, but this is like the Bible. It's How to Draw and Find Your Style. It's humongous. It's like almost 300 pages, and it's everything. It's like a 47 pages on hair. Let's just put it that way. So that is my recommendation if you're looking to draw. If you're into this whole fantasy stuff, like the Fairy Queen, like we did yesterday, and you love that stuff, you would love, this is a brand new book that Lucy and I published a couple months ago called How to Draw and Paint Magical Mythical Creatures. And if you love mixed media, I would recommend this one, which is Mixed Media Magic. So those are like my top 3 suggestions if you're new to my world and they're also related to what we're doing this week. This book, you actually get free in the Mixed Media Society. So if you're thinking of joining when doors open on the 27th, don't pick this one because you'll actually get it when you join for free. And this is just, I just love this book. All these full-time lessons are in the Fun Fab Drawing Club. But this is just one of my favorite books. So I'm just telling you that. And actually, I feature the work of 88 of our members in the book as well. I forgot about that till just now. So yes, I'm always featuring you because I love you so much. Oh, good, Valerie. That's awesome. Oh, fantastic. I was like, God, I should really give you some direction. That might be kind of overwhelming. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to hit up I'm going to go find questions. So put them in the caps, put them in all caps for me. And I'm going to comb through the comments and I'm going to pull out as many as I can. How would Stabilo all pencil work for today's fashion drawings? My only water soluble pen is pretty broad tipped. So I would just make sure that you've sharpened it a ton. So you have a nice pointy tip. Why do my hair's driving me nuts today? So that's what I would do. So as soon as and just sketch lightly because the Stabilo is a monster, as you know. So yeah, lightly sketch and keep a nice sharp point and you should be good to go. Where can we get that lovely small architect's table in your corner there? Okay, that table I had that okay, that's funny that you should mention that. The only part of my journey that I didn't mention was that after I graduated with a degree in biological anthropology, I realized that there's no jobs and that zookeepers make $14,000 a year. And I was like, oh, shit. So I had to start over. And I actually went to graduate school for architectural drafting and interior design. And I went for 2 years and I purchased that in 2000, maybe. And that was actually my drafting table that I used in graduate school. And that's also why I know how to draw perspectives because I actually learned something there. Actually, skills that I could transfer to my current job. But that was after college. And actually, I did architectural drafting for 5 years, but it was all on the computer, so I wasn't doing any hand drafting, sadly. But I did learn perspective there, which is why I can teach it in the drawing club. So I bought that 20 years ago. Actually, more than 20 years ago. 23 years ago. But you know who has one on occasion is World Market. They have an amazing drafting table. I don't know if they still sell it. They said it at least a year ago, and I've wanted that, but I can't really justify it because I already have one. But you can also probably just go on Amazon and search look up drafting tables. That's what it would be under. I love that you asked me that because I was like going to include it in my presentation, but considering I whipped that together yesterday, it was like I just ran out of time. Awesome. Yeah, so Awesome Art School, I sell individual courses, but my favorite places are the clubs just because I don't know. I just love the clubs. I think it's because we have such a community with them. Like we do weekly Zooms and stuff. And also you get all of my lessons. Like the drawing club gets all of my drawing lessons since 2016. My Mixed Media Society, you get all of my lessons since 2016. And our Celtic Collective is so crazy fun because it's all the like fun fantasy stuff that I love. So those are the 3. And doors open on the 27th, and we would love to have you. I'm assuming that you're talking about the Stabilo All. Yes. They're very water soluble is exactly right. I think you were referring to, how to draw and find your style. This one is by far my bestseller. All right, I'm going to skim Oh. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I can put those in today's, or in tomorrow's email for sure. Let me just write myself a note so I don't forget. You'd think with all these writing instruments, I would have one that I could use. Um, I actually just bought myself a pencil sharpener for upstairs because I love that pencil sharpener. And I'm always like, why don't I have one up here? All right. Book recommendations. I'm just writing that down so I don't forget. Boop. Okie dokie. Yes, I can definitely do that. Um, who are your favorite mixed media instructors that you love learning from? My favorite one of all time is Gabri, and this was years ago. Let me see if I can find her email. It's like she's in South America. So it's like, hold on, I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation. Let me see if I can pull her up. Oh gosh. Cabal, I want to say. She's yes. Okay, you can look her up. She is Guada's Art Circle is the name of her. I'll put it in the chat. She's my hands down favorite mixed media teacher. I think it's Guada's Art Circle. And I used to do Life Book back in the day, maybe around 2014. I think I did it with Willowing. She's great. Tamara Laporte. She's a love. So those are my top two. Yes, that is also for beginners. Yes. The winners, I will tell you right now. The winners again are Terry McDonald and Karen Fletcher. I'm using 6B pencils and having a hard time getting different shading. Do you ever change pencil types for the fairy? No, I'm pretty much using my black wings are all I use. Just go, then you do darker. Yeah, grab a pencil set. Then if it's not enough, then grab more. So grab you can do like a 2, 4, 8, 10B, and then you'll have more range. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. The critical art snobby world. I know, I'm not into it. Not into that at all. What approximate height would be the best for the fashion girls? I just fill my paper. I just like I think the first part of that lesson is just deciding how tall it would be. So however tall your paper is how tall you can make your fashion girls. I owe you more lessons. You want more? Did you do all the ones in the mermaid classroom and the ones in the Fun Fab Facades classroom? Did you do them all? There's a lot in there. Is the 20% coupon good on one item? It's good on your entire purchase, my friend. Yes, yes, yes. How can I lighten my hand with watercolors? I love how dreamy some of them. It's not so much lightening your hand, you just use more water. So the more water you use, the lighter your colors will be. So that's very simple fix for you. So the clubs, you can read about the clubs. Actually, well, you can read about the plugs now. They're not open. Oh, you know what? Actually, here, I'll do this. I have I actually have a video. It's actually in the classroom as well, which I'm going to grab you the link. I have a third YouTube channel that's just for Awesome Art School. And so it's where I'm putting all the replays for this. It's just like our community. It's like our community YouTube channel. So I just made a video and it's everything you know about all of the art clubs. I almost forgot. I do so many of these like walking tutorials and like how to do post in the Facebook group and like all these things. I forget how many things I have. So I just put that link in the chat for you. And then, thank you, Jeanette. You can, that like explains everything, like what you need, what we make, kind of everything. How can you achieve skin tones with watercolor when we're using regular palettes? I I never do because I'm super lazy. I'm like a one because I'm not a real artist. I just like dab and go. My friend Lucy Bryden, who's teaching on day 4, has an awesome packet. I will have her include that packet. Hold on. I'm also writing myself a note so I don't forget. Watercolor skin tone. She has a great packet. I will put it in the classroom for you. Actually, I put it with today. I'll put it with yesterday's because that's when the Fairy Queen was done. And it's a PDF. I think it's 8 pages, and she's an amazing watercolor. She's the one that co-directs the Celtic Collective with me. She's like a watercolorist, and she's no joke. And so she has created a packet as it's a resource for our students who want to do that. So I will put that in there for you, Cecilia, and I'll put it in there right when I hop off the live. Okay, that works. No matter how big the surface. I do too. I always draw big. That's why my paper is always big. So one, you just use big paper. And then my first step always, when if you're following any of my lessons is scale, is size. You have to like set your parameters so that you know where to go. So if you any of these lessons that you'll take this week, you'll see that's what it's harder to see, but like the Fairy Queen and the girls, like number 1 is how big is she going to be? That's literally the first step in today's video. And it's usually if I'm drawing anything, it's always my number 1 step is like, okay, stop. How big is this going to be? And you literally like put the top of her head and then the bottom of her feet. And then you know exactly where you're going today. So if you haven't done today's lesson yet, you'll see that it's literally my step number 1, scale. And scale is the most important thing because it's one thing, as you're just alluding to right here, that you can't change once you're underway. So you always have to like stop and figure that out first and then continue. Yes. It's super important. What books not to buy if I'm a club member? You actually get a shit ton of books when you become a club member. I think Wonder Bundle people get like at least 6 books. There's a lot. So here I will do this. Here, you know what? I'm going to share my screen. I'll just show you. It's so easy. It's much easier to show you. Why is this so hard every time? Like, what buttons do I push? Where I am, we can do this one. All right, can you see that okay? Okay. So, I have another website that's KarenCampbellArtist.com, and you can actually, these are the 3 clubs at the top. And these are where the visual indexes are. So when you're a club member, you actually come here and you can actually pick out the lessons that you're going to do. So you can see our next enrollment period is on whatever that date is, the 27th, Monday. So these are the 3 books that come with the Fun Fab Drawing Club. If you sign up for an annual membership, you actually get these 2 mailed to you for free, but you get all of these. I am like famous for my cheat sheets. I give them out with all of my YouTube videos, but collecting them all, I have 30 of them. So these are both like almost 200-page books, and they're just filled with all my PDF resources. And then this is a book I published last year. So you got these with the drawing club. And actually, if you go to these websites, you can actually see all of the classrooms and the projects that I teach in all of these. Whoa, there's so many. I can scroll all day. So many. So, Sonia, you were just asking for more perspectives. I don't know if you had those new ones. So you can scroll around these all day long. It's like on and on and on and on. Oh, I will show you really quickly though. So the ones that we're doing today, the fashion sketches, the reason we're doing fashion sketches is because we're currently in this classroom, which is the Drawing the Decades classroom. I have to say it's probably my favorite. And so as you can see, we started with 1920s. And then we've been like slowly working our way through the decades. And so these 1960s fashion sketches are literally like the kind of going right here. This is like exactly what we're working on right now. So, oh my God, who is banging in my house? And then same thing. So from Mixed Media Society, you get 6 books. And again, oh, they're putting together my son's bed. That's why I'm like, who is hammering? So you get these 2 like mailed to your house if you sign up for an annual membership. And so there's the mixed media hamburger system I was saying, like, don't buy because you get it. These are only digital, and then all these 4 are paperbacks. And then the if you become a Wonder Bundle, you get all of them. Actually, I don't even have a separate page for the Wonder Bundle. So Celtic Collective is all fantasy. That's Lucy and I. We do like a retreat in the Scottish castle twice a year. We do all sorts of shenanigans. You get these books. So all club members get all my cheat sheet books and my Skin Tone Secrets books and the club guide. And then I'll make this bigger so Jeanette doesn't yell at me. You guys also get this Celtic Collection book, which is 300 copyright free fantasy art references, photos that we like use for some of our lessons. And the Wonder Bundles get all of them for free. And if you do a year of the Wonder Bundle, you actually get 4 paperbacks mailed to your house. You get the workbooks and the guide and then the Celtic Collection book. So lots. So yeah, that's all the books. It's a loaded question. I'm sorry that took so long to answer, but you get a lot. Oh, I'm so glad you liked the presentation. I was like, I've not done anything like that ever before. So thank you for giving me positive feedback about it. Your lesson on whimsical flower versus a realistic flower in the Fun Fab Drawing Club is really helpful on learning scale. Okay, good. Thank you. So if you join, you can start there. That's in one of the very beginner classrooms as well. Can I paint a giant mermaid on your 4-window bus? I'm like, I freaking love that. I've painted on all sorts of weird things. Oh, yay. This makes me happy. That's one of our winners. Hooray. I can't see your name, but you must be Terry or Karen. Oh, that must be Karen. Hooray, Karen Fletcher. That's the best. Kay wants to do the Fashion Girls. Oh, that's so fun. Permanent pen or acrylic. Yeah, acrylic would definitely be your best bet for sure. Yes. Yes. Yep. Yeah, and seal it with a varnish. Yeah. You know what would work really well on that too? Actually, is like outdoor Mod Podge. Outdoor Mod Podge is a great sealer because it's like cheap and it is good for all weather. All right, I'm just making sure I got. If you didn't receive the books, it means either you didn't reply back and let us know your address, so we didn't know where to send them, or they're coming and we can track them for you. So email me and we will track them for you and figure out what happened. Yes, just let us know. Yeah, the Wonder Bundle is you actually get all the books. You get all the books, but you also get all the clubs, but you only pay for 2. You get 1 totally free. Don't the number of lessons overwhelm you if you're considering joining? Each lesson is don't let the number of lessons. I thought that was a question. They organize things. Yeah, we work very hard to make sure that our Wonder Bundlers are not overwhelmed. And this year my good friend Mandy Brown created 90 gorgeous planner pages that members can print out to help them track their progress and the lessons and where they're working and where they're going next and how do you get there, and super fun. Oh, good. You already have the Mod Podge. Perfect. Yeah, you're good to go. Oh, I love this so much, Carol. That's the latest comment. You are never behind at Awesome Art School. Amen, sister friend. Thank you for saying that. You can start with a Wonder Bundle. Yeah, for sure. It's totally up to you. If you like want to do the painting and drawing, it really is like Drawing Club is just drawing. The Mixed Media Society is like just painting. And The Celtic Collective is drawing and mostly watercolors, gouache and ink and some markers, but it's a lot of drawing as well. But it's only fantasy themes. So it's up to you. It's entirely up to you. If you want flexibility, just do monthly and don't do yearly. Because if you do monthly with one, then you can like hop around. You're not tied in. But if you do a year, you're locked in for a year. So it's just harder to switch. Do the planner pages only come with their Wonder Bundle? Yes. However, I have made organizational navigation pages, helpful pages also for all the other clubs as well. And you can find them. Actually, I have links directly to them in your last probably 4 Sunday emails. I have links directly to those help pages for you. So just check your, as always, I'm like a broken record. Check your emails, read your emails. I give you everything through email. The planner pages for the Wonder Bundle are also in your Sunday emails. Check your Sunday emails. It's all in there for you. Ooh. Are the lessons on the Wonder Bundle courses all access? You get the lessons that were taught. Yes, you do. You get all my classes back to 2016. Yep, you get access to everything. And yes, once you're in the club, you can always upgrade. You can also, if you're monthly, you can also like change your mind and go from one to another. Oh, I love this. I started with one. It was a Wonder Bundle within 2 weeks. I wanted all the things. Yeah. And if you do join one and you decide within 2 weeks you want the Wonder Bundle, we'll give you 100% full refund on your first purchase for sure. How do we get the coupons? Coupons for what? Etsy? It is in, I think it was in my email. And it's also in the classroom. I think it's in my email that I sent this morning. I am a broken record, but it's true. I really do try to give you everything always. I'm trying to make it super easy. All you have to do is check your email. You can do it. No, it is hard a lot of times because they end up in spam. It's the worst. It's so annoying, frustrating. Spam or promotions. I'm just checking the email that I sent today and just making sure that coupon code is in there for you. It is also in the classroom content. I don't remember. It was hours ago. Yes, the coupon code is in your email that I sent this morning. I love this. My plan for Wonder Bundle is start a mixed media project, then sketch and draw its drawing. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, totally. Yes, thank you, Margot. Put the link into the Wonder Bundlers so you can find your planning pages. Oh, this is just for you guys. You shouldn't be flashing that coupon code. This is only for party members. Shh, that's just for party members. It's not for everyone. Cat's out of the bag now. Yes, you need to check your emails. And that is an exclusive Etsy shop coupon. The discount is 20% off. I do black. I use the black matte Blackwing is a little bit darker than the gray ones. Like this is the gray one that you're talking about. This is pretty dark. This probably goes to like 4B. I think the matte one goes up to more like 6 or 8. Sorry, I just want to are there lessons on perspective in the Learn to Draw book? No, but they're in the Fun Fab Drawing Club. Where to find the shading scale you used in day lesson 1? Amazon. Everything is on Amazon. Do you have a video on how to properly use watercolors? I don't have like one single YouTube video. I teach that in the Mixed Media Society and we teach tons in the Celtic Collective. The Celtic Collective is really because Lucy is an outstanding watercolorist and teacher. I do have one, Jeanette. Can you find I have like like a watercolor poppies for beginners YouTube video on my mixed media channel. That's probably my best like beginners watercolor help video that publicly that we can share. All right, I'm just making sure I didn't miss any other questions. If you have any more questions, put them on all caps. I'm just going back to make sure I didn't miss any since I was babbling my face off. Going way back to the beginning. All right, I think I'm caught up. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, ladies. So good. Do I use the Pocket Pentel brush for outlining? Many projects I do, but I'm not sure which project specifically. Which specifically you're asking about. Oh, that's fun. So I want direction on what to do with the stuff I've gained over the last 20 years, but never knew what it was. Yeah. Well, and that's where what's nice about the Mixed Media Society is I actually have separate classrooms that focus on a single art supply. So there's like a whole classroom on watercolors and a whole classroom on wash and a whole classroom on inks and watercolors and mixed media and so many things. So you can kind of do like a deep dive and like focus on that one. And then I have other classrooms that are like, I have like, I have a hot dog classroom and a hamburger classroom because hamburger is my favorite way to do mixed media, which is that book I was showing you that members get for free. And so then we just do it's what's I like about the hamburger system is you're doing all these myriad of projects and they all use the same exact art supplies. So it's super fun. And then the hot dog is any 4 or fewer layers, which is also fun. And we have them by themes as well, like flowers and fantasy and other things. Oh, I love being your drug. I will fuel your fire. Woo! Love it, love it, love it. No, the black wings are all different hardnesses. I have a really good graphic in the drawing club that shows the I can't pull it up because it's in the club, but it's shows a graphite it compares the black wings, all the different black wings to the value scale of a pencil set. You can use any platform, I think. I'm not really sure what you mean by platform. I use the Pentel Pocket Brush Pen for a ton of outlining in both my drawings and my mixed medias. Oh, you're so welcome. I'm so glad. I realized I haven't had lunch yet and it's 1:30. I'm like, God, I feel like I'm a little dizzy. I'm like, oh yeah, I actually haven't eaten yet. I was like literally doing that presentation slides like till 11:59. I was like, oh, that's so awesome. I'm so glad. Do you see my glass pen video? That glass pen was given to me by Stephanie Nash. And that video has gone haywire on YouTube. I love that you love the hamburger system. It's so fun. So nice just to have a recipe. Like, what do I do? Do I do these steps? This order? These supplies? Go. Oh, thank you, Kay. You're about to have breakfast. Oh, I am. I'm starving. Awesome. All right. Well, I feel like 90 minutes is solid, man. I feel like it's solid. I feel like we got to know each other today. It was super fun. And thank you for putting up with my craziness and my fun graphics. And laughing along with me. I'm really excited to see your fashion sketches. I really hope that you guys just have fun and enjoy yourselves no matter what happens or what you do. I hope you know that anyone can become an awesome artist no matter where you're starting or how old you are or where you're coming from or what your background is or what it isn't. It's all good. It's all good, my friends. It's all good. Woo! Okay. All right, my friends. And on that note, loved you all. And I will be back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Have so much fun. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for being here.